Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Kyle August. I have a pretty good idea for you today, and it's about remaining in the state. It's going to help you do that and really focus on where we put our attention is going to impact where we mentally associate or bring our assumptions or beliefs into our reality. And it sounds probably really intricate. It's not that intricate. It's actually really, really easy. And the idea actually comes from NASCAR drivers of all things. And I know you're like, well, what does NASCAR have to do with manifesting your specific person? But you're gonna love it. So our assumptions are always going to give rise to everything around us. You've heard me say this a billion times. You've heard 100 million coaches say this, but it's the absolute truth. Your entire reality is a reflection of your subconscious mind. So what we focus on then has a huge impact on all of that. And you may have heard me a while ago state also that remember that your beliefs give rise to your thoughts and then your thoughts give rise to your actions. And it's kind of this intricate web all based again on our assumptions and on our beliefs, and everything kind of stems from that. But you can actually interact any point of it from either situation, and that's a whole idea for a different video. But like actions, the quickest way to a state change is a physiological one, and as you begin to increase your thoughts and align it with that end state, you begin to change your beliefs, which again are that main core cause of everything that's happening around you. But the NASCAR driving technique, and I'll give you a super quick example of this and how we can actually implement it, is usually taught to drivers. And this idea actually came from Tony Robbins, which I don't know, maybe he got it from someone else as well. But when I heard it, I thought it has a huge impact, and we can absolutely use it when it comes to manifesting a specific person, or as with all of my ideas, manifesting absolutely anything that you want. So now to bring in this example. So when NASCAR drivers begin training, obviously they have to go through a bunch of training processes and driving processes, and they're going to be sitting in the cockpit or the driver's seat with a trainer in the passenger. And to increase this training ability or the reaction time to then move out of the way when crashes happen, they obviously have test courses with obstacles that will pop up in the road. And the main thing I want you to relate this to is that we, in this analogy, in this idea of the NASCAR training, are the drivers, right? And are the passengers, so the trainer is going to be our subconscious mind. And then the obstacles that come in our reality are things that happen external to us. But during training, when they first begin, every single time a obstacle comes out in front of the road, the trainee or the person training to become the NASCAR driver or the professional driver, whatever it is, always instantly looks at the obstacle, which in turn causes their hands to turn towards the obstacle, which causes the car to go rocketing towards the obstacle, which is the absolute opposite of what we want. And the trick is then that the trainer will always tell the driver is your body in the car, because your body is controlling the car, is going to go where you put your eyes. So for example, if you put your eyes on the obstacle, you are gonna hit that obstacle. And if you put your eyesight and your focus on the area, the safety between the obstacles, that's where you're gonna naturally point your car towards. And again, you're probably thinking, Kyle, I still don't get it. What does this have to do with manifestation? But the trick is then, think about it. If throughout our entire manifestation process, if our assumptions are always hardening into fact, and what we focus on is going to be created in our reality, that's the same idea when it comes to focusing on the obstacle or focusing on the open space between the obstacle. Where we put our attention is where our assumptions are going to go. So it is very easy and simple when you see things happening in your external reality that don't support your outcome to focus on them and say, why is this happening to me? But just as the person in the car is, or the person who is focusing on the obstacle in the car and what's going to happen with that, you begin to change the entire course of your assumptions to point directly towards that thing. And an example of that would be, imagine if you were asking yourself, why doesn't my specific person why don't they text me back? They don't like me. Do they not want to be with me? Right? That's focusing exclusively on the obstacle and focusing on the 3D, which we know is not true. And if we don't want that then, because again, focusing on the obstacle is going to change the trajectory of your assumptions and your beliefs, just like the NASCAR or the car driver, we then want to shift our focus to exactly what we want, or in the case of the car, that open space in between the obstacles. So in this idea, instead of focusing on the obstacle, which is our specific person not messaging us back every single day, that's focusing on the obstacle, and it's going to align our assumptions with it, because your subconscious mind wants to bring you exactly what it is that you desire. So if you're exclusively focusing on and assuming that they're not going to text you back, that's what your subconscious thinks that you want, so it's going to give you more of that. If instead you have your little trainer there, your subconscious mind saying, don't look at the obstacle, and grabs your helmet and turns it towards the open road, you're going to see that your trajectory changes towards the outcome you want. And this is exactly why visualizing for your end state works so well and keeps your mind exclusively focused on what you want, so you begin to assume it more and more easily. So right now, I want you to ask yourself, where are you actually focusing on obstacles when you could be focusing on exactly where you want to go? And as the same with the training of the professional driver, it is going to take a few times of knowing this idea to really begin implementing it, because it is our first reaction, especially if we're driving a car, to instantly look at the things that are getting in our way. But if instead we can think about this idea, especially when it's happening, we can know we don't want to focus on the obstacle, because that's going to train our mind to move towards it and change our assumptions that lead towards that. We want to focus on the open road. We want to focus on the end state, the awesome marriage, the kids, the house, whatever it is with your specific person. And again, this is why affirmations or visualizations for the absolute end, especially journaling as well, work so well, put you into the end state, and then get so much results. Because I definitely think I've told you guys, I've had countless people in my coaching sessions journal for a situation and then have it happen overnight, when exclusively focusing on the area between the obstacles rather than the obstacles. And you would be so surprised to see how easily it can be done and how quickly your external reality begins to change as a result of this. But please try this out, and you guys are going to notice absolutely crazy results. If you did have any questions on this, just leave it in the comment section below. Remember, you can also reach out to me on my website if you had a personal question, or if you wanted to sign up for one-on-one coaching at kyleaugustcoaching.com. Don't forget to leave a like on this video, and then also don't forget to subscribe. I hope this idea helps you out, and hopefully you're with your specific person next week. What am I saying hopefully for? I know you will. But thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.